in the highlands of modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, amidst breathtaking landscapes sculpted by time, lie the remnants of a mighty empire, a superpower that once bridged continents, connecting Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean world. This is the forgotten story of the Kingdom of Aksum, Africa's ancient empire of gold, faith, and power. Long before many of the great empires we know, there was Aksum, a civilization whose influence rivaled that of Rome, Persia, and China. Its story, shrouded in mystery and written in stone, tells of a kingdom that rose from obscurity to command one of the world's most vital trade arteries. Yet, for centuries, its true grandeur has remained largely hidden, a whisper in the annals of history. Today, we journey back in time to uncover the secrets of this lost African giant, to walk its ancient streets, and to understand how a kingdom of such immense power could simply fade into legend. This is the story of Aksum, the empire that history forgot, but time could not erase. By the 1st century AD, while the Roman Empire was at its zenith, a new power was stirring in the Horn of Africa. From humble beginnings as a small, regional kingdom, Aksum was transforming into a vast and sophisticated empire. Its rise was fueled by one critical asset: its strategic location. The kingdom commanded the trade routes that flowed through the Red Sea, a vital artery connecting the riches of the Indian Ocean with the markets of the Roman Mediterranean. Caravans laden with exotic goods traversed the deserts, their destination the bustling port city of Agat. Here, on the shores of the Red Sea, a global marketplace thrived. Aksumite merchants exchanged Africa's treasures: tortoiseshell, rhinoceros, horn, and above all, gold for Roman silver, Indian textiles, and Arabian spices. The city was a crossroads of cultures, where traders from across the known world gathered, bartering in a dozen different languages. The wealth generated was immense, flowing back to the capital city, also named Aksum, where it funded the construction of palaces, temples, and a powerful army. This economic dominance was the bedrock of Aksum's power, allowing its rulers to extend their influence not just across Africa, but across the sea into southern Arabia, forging an empire that was both African and international. Aksum wasn't just participating in the global economy, it was helping to shape it. The Aksumites were not only master traders, but also brilliant innovators and builders. Their cultural achievements were as impressive as their economic power. They developed a unique written language, Ge'ez, one of the oldest scripts in the world, and the ancestor of modern Ethiopian languages. It is a script that, remarkably, is still used today in the liturgical services of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. In the heart of their kingdom, the Aksumites erected magnificent monuments that defied the engineering capabilities of their time. The most iconic of these are the colossal stelae or obelisks, single blocks of granite quarried and transported over miles, then carved with intricate designs and raised to stand as towering markers for the tombs of their kings and nobles. The largest of them, the Great Stele, would have stood over 33 meters tall and weighed more than 500 tons, a feat of engineering that would challenge even modern technology. These silent stone giants were more than just grave markers. They were symbols of power, faith, and a connection between the earthly and the divine. Initially, the Aksumites practiced a polytheistic religion, worshipping gods of the sun, moon, and stars. But a profound transformation was on the horizon. In the mid-4th century AD, under the rule of King Ezana, a new faith arrived. Influenced by Christian merchants and Assyrian missionary named Frumentius, Ezana converted to Christianity. He declared it the state religion, making Aksum one of the very first Christian empires in the world, embracing the faith even before many parts of Europe. This conversion would forever alter the destiny of the kingdom and shape the cultural and spiritual identity of the region for millennia to come, with its control over Red Sea trade and its newfound Christian faith. Aksum entered its golden age. By the 4th and 5th centuries, it was universally recognized as one of the 4 great powers of the ancient world. Its might and influence spoken of in the same breath as Rome, Persia, and China. Aksumite fleets, powerful and well-built, patrolled the Red Sea, protecting its trade routes and projecting the kingdom's power across the water. The empire's influence extended deep into the Arabian Peninsula, particularly over parts of modern-day Yemen, which they controlled for several decades. This was an empire that thought on a global scale. A testament to this global standing was its currency. Aksum was one of the first African civilizations to mint its own coins, a practice usually reserved for the most powerful empires. These coins, struck in gold, silver, and bronze, were not just for trade, they were instruments of propaganda. Early coins featured the pagan symbols of the crescent and disc. But after King Ezana's conversion, they were stamped with the Christian cross. This made Aksum the first empire in the world to feature the cross on its coinage, a bold declaration of its identity as a Christian power. These coins have been found as far away as India and the Eastern Mediterranean, a tangible legacy of Aksum's vast commercial network and its status as a nexus of international exchange, a kingdom where wealth, military might, and profound faith merged into an undeniable force on the world stage. But no empire, however mighty, lasts forever. Aksum's golden age could not hold back the shifting tides of history. The 7th century brought a monumental change to the geopolitical landscape, the rise of Islam, and the rapid expansion of the Arab caliphates as new powers emerged and solidified their control over Arabia, Egypt, and North Africa. Aksum's lifeline to the Red Sea was slowly severed. The port of Adulis, once the vibrant heart of Aksum's commercial empire, was eventually destroyed, and its trade routes fell into the hands of its rivals. Isolated from the Mediterranean world and the lucrative networks it had once dominated, Aksum's economy began to wither. The kingdom was forced to turn inward, its focus shifting from the sea to the rugged interior of the Ethiopian highlands. Compounding these external pressures were internal challenges. Evidence suggests a period of environmental decline, possibly overfarming and climate change, which weakened the agricultural base that supported its population. Without the wealth from trade and with a strained domestic economy, the central authority of the kings began to wane. Power fragmented, and the once mighty empire slowly receded, its grand cities falling into disrepair, its monuments gradually reclaimed by nature. Aksum, the global superpower, began its long, slow fade from the world stage, its story gradually becoming a distant memory, a forgotten chapter in the grand narrative of human history. Though its empire has vanished, Aksum's legacy is not lost. It endures woven deeply into the fabric of modern Ethiopia and Eritrea. Its spirit lives on in the language, the faith, and the very identity of the people. The GS script, once used to record the edicts of kings, remains the sacred language of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, one of the oldest Christian denominations in the world. This church, a direct descendant of the faith adopted by King Ezana, preserves rituals and traditions that stretch back to the time of Aksum itself. Each year, millions of pilgrims travel to the modern town of Aksum, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, to walk among the ancient stelae and pray in its hallowed churches. It is here, in the Church of St. Mary of Zion, that legend holds the most sacred relic of all is kept. The Ark of the Covenant, said to have been brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. While its presence cannot be verified, the belief itself speaks to the profound and ancient connection between faith and national identity that Aksum forged. The kingdom stands as a powerful symbol of African ingenuity, resilience, and Greater Nusa, testament to a time when an African empire stood as an equal among the giants of the ancient world. It is the empire that history forgot, but whose echoes resonate still, a powerful reminder of the rich and complex tapestry of our shared human story. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of ancient civilizations, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more stories from history. Until next time, stay curious.